Is Disney asleep at the wheel when it comes to their Orlando theme parks? It's a very valid question based on the response or lack thereof that we've seen from the Walt Disney Company to Comcast's Epic Universe that is opening in 2025. 2025 is just 1 year away from the time of filming this video, and all of the media hype and attention about theme parks, not only here in Central Florida, but throughout the entire United States, has been centered on Universal and their brand new theme park opening next year. In case you missed it, Universal put out a video showcasing all of the lands that will be a part of Epic Universe once it opens in 2025. Now, a lot of these lands have been rumored and speculated upon over the last couple of years, so it was kind of a worst kept secret type of scenario, but we got the official announcement from Universal. Epic Universe will include Super Mario World, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, Dark Universe, which is going to be a whole land dedicated to the Universal monsters, and Celestial Park. Universal is taking a page out of Disney's book by going with the wheel and spoke design, meaning that the park is centered around one central area with offshoots to all the different lands around this central hub area. Think the Magic Kingdom, think Disneyland. Universal is taking that same layout design for a park and will be applying it to Epic Universe. And this is going to be huge, not only for us theme park goers here in Orlando, but for everybody throughout the United States. All of the buzz, all of the hype has been focused on Epic Universe because it is going to be the latest and greatest theme park that is opening here in the country. It is not often that you get an entirely brand new theme park to open. So this is a monumental occasion. Just to give you a sense of how rare this is, Disney hasn't opened a theme park here in Orlando since the late 90s. The same goes for Universal. So this isn't something that happens every day. This is going to be huge. And how will it change the ecosystem of Orlando tourism? That's what I want to talk about in today's video. And when I mention Disney being asleep at the wheel, it's the perfect analogy because for the longest time, up until now, Disney has been in the driver's seat when it comes to theme park attendance and vacations and your overall reason to come to Orlando. But with Epic Universe opening, could all of that change? And what can Disney do to win back some of the fans who may be jumping ship over to Universal or may have taken their money and spent it elsewhere on other types of vacations over the last couple of years, while the overall company image has declined, the stock has declined, and just Disney has taken a hit across the board. First, let's start off with Epic Universe itself. I gave you the lands that are going to be coming, and these are huge for a number of reasons. First and foremost, we're getting an expansion to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So we have Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade that is over in Islands of Adventure. We have Diagon Alley over in Universal Studios, and now you'll have the Ministry of Magic in Epic Universe. That is 3 Harry Potter areas scattered throughout the Universal Orlando Resort. So if you are a Potterhead, you now have to go to all 3 parks in order to experience it. And like we've seen over the last 15-ish or so years, ever since Hogsmeade opened, that is huge for Universal. It's essentially what has kept Universal afloat up until this point, and it's a major reason that people decide to visit those theme parks. And throughout the industry, it is really what set the bar for the things to come. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and Pandora were responses to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, albeit a little bit late. It was a few years later after the original Hogsmeade expansion opened, but they copied the level of theming and immersiveness. That was all done by Universal first. And now that we're going to have a 3rd Wizarding World area, it's going to be huge for that park. Something else that's going to be huge for that park is How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I'm an almost 33-year-old man, so I'm not the biggest fan of How to Train Your Dragon, but from what I hear, kids love that franchise. There's been multiple movies and spin-offs based off of How to Train Your Dragon, so that's going to be a big driving factor of getting some of the younger ones over into Epic Universe. People ask us all the time, should I go to Disney or should I go to Universal? And I think a lot of that has to do with how old the kids in your family are. But now when you factor in How to Train Your Dragon and Super Nintendo World, All kids love Mario. These are going to be huge reasons why families decide to visit Epic Universe regardless of the age of their kids. And that's a good segue into my next point, which is all about theme park attendance. We all know Disney sits at the top of the list when it comes to worldwide theme park attendance. And if we take a look at this report from the Themed Entertainment Association, this shows the top 12 theme parks worldwide based on attendance. And now the graphic that's on your screen is the rankings of those parks in 2019. If you look to the right, it gives you the 2022 attendance numbers and how those stack up against the 2019 attendance numbers, which is a fair comparison because 2020, the parks were closed. 2021, the parks were closed for half the year. Now, if we look at this list, of course, the Magic Kingdom is number 1. That's no surprise. Disneyland is number 2. And as we go down the list to the domestic Florida-based Disney parks, Animal Kingdom is number 6, with Epcot being number 7, Hollywood Studios number 9. The final 2 slots that round out that list, based off of the 2019 rankings, are Universal Studios Florida at 11 and Islands of Adventure at number 12. Now, the interesting thing about this list is Universal's Islands of Adventure is the only theme park to see an attendance increase. Every single other theme park has remained relatively flat or has seen some major changes. Universal Studios Florida is down just 2% from 2019 to 2022, and Islands of Adventure is up 6%, while Magic Kingdom attendance has fallen 17%, Animal Kingdom attendance is down 35%, Epcot attendance down 20%, and Hollywood Studios attendance down 5%. Now, there are a number of reasons for attendance shifts. A lot of that has to do with some of the changes that Disney has made in terms of taking perks away, things that used to be included in your Disney vacation, like Fast Passes, Magical Express, Magic Bands. These things that we kind of took for granted for many years were taken away and kind of put a little bit of a poor taste in people's mouths. Now, I've gone ahead and updated those rankings based off of 2022 attendance. Magic Kingdom is still number 1, but Universal Studios Florida jumped from the number 11 slot all the way up to number 7, and Islands of Adventure jumped from number 12 to number 5. Hollywood Studios climbed up to number 6, but Epcot and Animal Kingdom slid down to number 9 and 10 on this list. So big swings in terms of Universal attendance in 2022. I actually reached out to the Themed Entertainment Association to see when the 2023 report was going to come out because I wanted to use that for this video, but that won't be ready until July. So we'll do another one of these in a few months once that report is available, but I am very curious to see what those 2023 numbers look like. Obviously, Disney had a good year at the parks. It's basically their only profitable sector of the company right now. They're losing tons of money in studio and in streaming. And even though the parks is making a ton of money, they're not investing that money back into the parks, which is one of their big problems. And the reason why I say they're falling asleep at the wheel. Yes, their stock price has been down. Yes, their studios and streaming business is struggling and they're trying to keep that afloat and make that profitable. But the one area of the company that's actually making you money, you're not necessarily reinvesting that money back into that segment. What do I mean by that? In terms of things that are confirmed to be coming to Walt Disney World either this year in 2024 or beyond, there are 2 things. There's Tiana's Bayou Adventure that is opening this summer. Disney just announced that yesterday, I believe. And there's the overhaul to the Country Bear Jamboree, which is also coming this summer. After that, as of the moment I'm recording this video, there is nothing else to look forward to at Walt Disney World. I'm talking about theme park attractions, theme park expansions. There has been a lot of talk about these blue sky ideas that they've talked about over at the last couple of D23 expos that honestly have not been well received. People left those panels having a lot more questions than they did when they were coming in because nothing was confirmed. They went through the entire presentation at the last D23 and at the end brought out some Imagineers to talk about these are the things that we may do, but none of it is actually confirmed right now, and we're not going to give you any concrete information as to whether or not things are actually happening. So a lot of head scratching that came out of the last D23 Expo, and I felt like that was Disney's window to announce something big, because there was still time for Epic Universe to open. And while a lot of the attention would have been on Epic Universe, and rightfully so, Disney could have stolen a little bit of that media buzz if they announced something concrete. If we knew there was going to be an expansion to the Magic Kingdom, if we knew for sure Dino Land was getting an overhaul. But we left those conventions with more questions and a lot more uncertainty. And as a fan, I don't know how much longer you can ask people to wait when there's the shiny new toy on the other side of the highway in Orlando that is opening in 1 year, just about a year from now, and people are going to be flocking there. Not only because they have some cool additions, it's because it's something brand new, and the excitement of going to a brand new theme park, that does not happen. Like I mentioned, it hasn't happened for over 20 years here in the Orlando area in terms of a major theme park. So people are chomping at the bit for something new. People are very, very excited, myself included, about what Universal is doing right now, because creatively, in many ways, Universal is the new Disney when it comes to the bar that they're setting and just the level of immersiveness that they're putting into their new theme park. This is stuff that Disney traditionally does. These are things that Disney is known for. Even the video that they put out about Epic Universe, that's a very Disney-esque video. And at the end of the video, you had Steven Spielberg making an appearance. And it's like, how could you not get so excited about this, seeing everything that is coming down the pipeline for Universal? So I personally feel like the window for Disney might have closed last year with those D23 Expos, but they have another chance. This summer is the main D23 Expo over in Anaheim, and this has to be where Disney knocks it out of the park. Do I think Universal is going to overtake Disney as number one? I don't. At least not yet. I'm not saying it's not possible. I would love to see it, because it would just mean that Disney is challenged that much more, and the two companies being at their best is perfect for somebody like me and you who's watching this video, the consumer, because we're the ones that win at the end of the day. If they keep elevating their game to kind of stay in lockstep with each other and challenge each other in terms of what can we do next, it's only a win for us, because we get to experience everything, and what more could you ask for as a fan? But at this D23 Expo, Disney has to do something. They have to announce something concrete. If fans leave that panel without anything to look forward to, I think it's going to be a major problem for Disney. They already haven't reached their pre-pandemic attendance levels, while Universal has and surpassed those. There's a negative connotation about Disney right now when it comes to their Imagineering and some of the creativity and some of the things that they have coming down the pipeline. I am excited for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but let's be honest, that's just a reskin of a ride that has existed for a long, long time. And something big that comes out of all of this is market share. I talk about this all the time with friends and family when discussing this topic. Universal is stealing market share away from Disney. And now, what exactly does that mean? The way I like to explain it is, typically if you were coming to Orlando for a week-long vacation, that's about the average length of time that somebody comes here to visit, you would maybe carve out 1 or 2 days of your trip if you wanted to do Universal. You would do most of your time at Disney, you would stay at Disney, and carve out 1 or 2 days, take a cab or an Uber over to Universal, do those, come back to your Disney resort. That has changed over the last couple of years. Alex is a travel agent. She books vacations all the time. She has seen the shift herself. We've all seen it. We've all read about it. More and more people are going to Universal, and more people are doing what are called split stays, where they spend half their time at Universal and half their time at Disney. Now, what's going to happen once Epic Universe opens, and that is the brand new thing in the area, while Disney has nothing new to offer. Matter of fact, not only does it have nothing new to offer, they took away all the perks of the reasons to stay there in the first place a couple of years ago. What does that mean? More people are going to want to experience Epic Universe and stay at Universal hotels. There's 3 new hotels coming, one of which is going to be inside of Epic Universe with direct access. It's going to be a game changer. And I really, really think that Disney is underestimating not only the power of Universal when it comes to opening this new theme park, but I think it's underestimating the consumer and how their habits may change once this park does open. Universal right now has Studios, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay. If you want to count Volcano Bay as a theme park, they have 3 different parks. If you add an Epic Universe, they have 4 parks, 3 theme parks and a water park. If you are coming to Orlando on a week-long vacation and you want to experience everything at Universal, you're going to do most likely a day at Studios, a day at Islands of Adventure, a day at Volcano Bay, and let's just say a minimum 1 day at Epic Universe, although most people will probably be doing 2 because it's so new and you're not going to be able to do everything in 1 day. So you're looking at 4 to 5 days of a week-long vacation here in Orlando being spent at Universal property. Where does Disney fit into that? Even if you go on the shorter end of the stick and say, they'll do 1 day at Epic Universe, that's 4 days. That's the majority of a week. So people are going to have to make a decision. Do I want to do the new thing in town and experience Epic Universe where my kids love Nintendo and they love Super Mario and they love Donkey Kong and all that, and there's a whole land dedicated to that? Also, as an adult, I love that too because I grew up with Super Mario and it's something me and my kids can do together. Or are we going to go to the same old Walt Disney World that has 1 new ride that opened a year prior? These are the questions. I am very, very curious to see. And like I mentioned, I don't have a dog in the fight. I am a pass holder to both of them. I attend both theme parks, although, if I'm being completely honest, over the last few months or so, we've been going to Universal way more than we've been going to Disney. But like I mentioned earlier, this is only good for the consumer. If Universal comes out swinging and Disney starts to panic, that means we're probably going to get some new things coming to Walt Disney World. But at the same time, are they handcuffed by the lack of success of the company overall in their other departments? That's the big issue for Walt Disney World right now. Yes, the parks are doing well. Yes, Cruise Line is doing well. But look at the rest of the company. It's not doing so hot. They had massive, massive layoffs over the last year or 2. Disney Plus and their streaming business is just a money pit where they are losing money hand over fist. Matter of fact, they even just spent $75 million on the rights to the Eras Tour, Taylor Swift's concert, to stream on Disney Plus. They have to get millions and millions and millions of new subscribers to make that money back. I don't know if that's a good business decision to put $75 million in a struggling business where you have other areas that are profitable for you and people want new experiences and you're just not giving it to them. Time will tell. And speaking of new things coming to the parks, of course Universal has a lot of their focus on Epic Universe, but they are still investing money into the 2 parks that they currently have. The Kids Zone area is getting an entire re-theme to DreamWorks that's probably going to be opening very, very soon within the next few months. And there are rumors that they are going to be bringing back the Ghostbusters. Now, Alicia from Theme Park Stop does an incredible job of uncovering permits and patents and all these types of things that a lot of us wouldn't take the time to do, but she has a fantastic channel. And she uncovered that Universal filed a trademark for a new movie parade that is supposed to be coming this summer or sometime this year. And it's going to feature all of the classic Universal attractions like possibly Ghostbusters, E.T., Back to the Future. Along with that, there's the new nighttime show that's coming out this year. So not only are there some cool new things coming in Epic Universe, Universal is still investing money in their current parks. Now, yes, a couple of entertainment options got budget cutted, but there are new things coming. So Universal isn't just kind of sitting on their hands until 2025. They are taking the money that they are making, which is record-breaking profits for the theme park division of Comcast in 2023, and reinvesting that back into the park. And I think Disney fans out there would want to see Disney do the same. And frankly, we're just not seeing it right now. So I think this is desperation modes. It's time for Disney to hit the panic button. They are losing the trust of some of their most loyal fans. And if they don't do anything, soon. It's going to be a very interesting few years over here in Central Florida. 2025 and 2026 are likely going to be Universal's years just because of Epic Universe, but what happens beyond that? Will Disney have answers? Will Disney retaliate? Will us as the consumer get some new cool things coming from both Disney and Universal here in Florida? That's all we can hope for as pass holders and theme park goers, is the best of both. It gives everybody more options, and if they keep raising the bar for each other, it's only great for us. So let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Do you think Disney is being too hesitant? Do you think Disney is going to lose a chunk of market share once Epic Universe opens in 2025? I'd love to hear what you think. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below so you don't miss out on all of our theme park videos to come. And with that being said, we'll see you guys real soon.